Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Kez here. So this is going to be kind of a final thoughts slash kind of recap of the last episode in PLL in general. If you're not subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe, like this video, and hit the bell notification button to receive notifications when I upload new videos. So let's get right into it. The finale was 2 hours long. And I don't know how you guys feel about the ending, but I'm kind of like, really? Okay. One thing that they did in the very last episode was introduce an entire new character. Alex Drake, who is Spencer's twin, who is Mary Drake's daughter. Mary knew she had twins this whole time. She knew she had twins. Never mentioned it. Spencer found out that she had a mother different than the one she grew up with this whole time. And Mary still fails to mention, hey, yeah, you have a sister. You know, I can't. But I feel like what they did with the episode was in PLL fashion. There's a new character that comes up last minute. There are twists and turns. They kind of made it seem like Mona was going to be AD again at the beginning of the episode because first of all, they made it seem like, what's her name? Melissa was a part of the A team again, but it was just a really, really, really good mask, like Mission Impossible type mask this time around, which was like, okay. Then turns out Mona was working for AD again. Even though Hannah had her staying with her, Caleb didn't like it. And that was kind of bringing a rift between Caleb and Hannah in the beginning of this episode, which I was like, can y'all stop trying to mess up Caleb? They eloped, like, all this stuff, and then you're still trying to bring a rift between them. Like, please stop. But they worked it out. Hannah realized that she was wrong for trying to, save Mona at the expense of her marriage. Aria found out she couldn't have kids, which I found very weird that was even a thing. I wonder why she even wondered if she could have kids. Did you guys find that weird? Did I miss something as to why she would even question that? She's fairly young, so I don't think anyone just thinks, oh, I probably can't have kids, and goes looking and looking and looking to see if they can or not, if they had no reason to. Maybe, I don't know. That was a little weird to me. I was wondering what she could be hiding from him, and it was that. So at least, like, they didn't create any mess with her. And then, what else happened? Allie and Emily seemed happy. Toby and Spencer kind of seemed to be kind of rekindling slowly. My only thing was this. They decided to go to the Lost Woods Resort together. I'm telling you, they do some weird stuff. When I saw Melissa pop up, like, in the shadows, I'm like, yo, someone is dead watching you, and you have no idea because you're in the middle of nowhere, and you can't hear them. And there was, like, a camp nearby, so they really couldn't hear anything up close because there was noise going on nearby. But what happened? They get home from there. There was the rehearsal dinner, and Hannah brings Mona to the rehearsal dinner, which is like, Hannah... My only thing with Hannah is, why do you trust this girl? I don't care what she has done for you. She has still done a ton to show you that she is not fully trustworthy. She almost killed you twice. Like, once was enough for me, but twice, come on, son. But yeah, Hannah was just that type of girl. Like, she's that ride or die, because, like, you needed somewhere to stay, and she decided to be your sponsor. Like, I guess. What else happened? Oh, the moms all had a little reminiscing moment about when they were locked in the basement after getting drunk that time. They left the rehearsal dinner pretty drunk because Ella was kind of... Ella and Ezra's mom hate each other. What else happened? What's her name? Aria's dad. What's his name? Byron. Gave Ezra his blessing, which I'm sorry to anyone who's an Ezra fan. I was never and never will be an Ezra fan. Sorry, just no, I do not condone that, and nope. So he gave him his blessing, which is cute, I guess, but he just, whatever. Moving on. What else happened? I noticed that Mike didn't come back. Ezra's brother. You guys remember Ezra's brother? He wasn't there, even though he was there. Who else? I don't remember anybody else. But, so fast forward to the good stuff. There was a lot of fluff for like a whole hour and 15 minutes. And then some things were brought to light. Ezra. Spencer has a twin. Ah, what? I wasn't expecting that. I would have more expected Aria to have a twin, but how would they have put that into the storyline? It made sense for anyone to have, if it made sense for anyone to have a twin, it would be Spencer, since Spencer's parents, you know, her whole birth, there was a whole conspiracy surrounding her birth. Her father is her father, but her mother is not her biological mother, and we found out who her biological mother is, and her biological mother is a liar. Her biological mother was sneaky and, you know, did a whole bunch of mess. And so it makes sense that, hey, if someone's gonna have a twin, it's gonna be Spencer after all is said and done. So Spencer's twin is Alex Drake, who just happened to be shipped off to London because her mom sold her to a family, like, for adoption to get some money and give the doctor half, you know, to keep it a secret. Like, Mary Drake, hot mess. What I did notice, though, that when they gave the actress who plays Jessica Lee Laurentiis and Mary Drake dark hair, she really does look like Spencer's mom. So that was a really good, you know, change to make them look more like. So the backstory to Spencer's twin, Alex Drake, AD. Turns out she met Cece in London after she happened upon Ren. So Ren kind of happened upon her. And I was like, I was happy that they made Ren involved in it, but I wanted him to be like the guy, you know, and they made him like a backstory guy. They even killed him off. So even though they brought the actor back, they didn't make him the main reason things happened. Like, the main motivation for everything was basically having a family, being with people. But the way that they went about it was a super psycho way of like manipulating people, playing a game, and, you know, you would think these girls really did something crazy to people, but in actuality they're just jealous. Like, that's how far jealousy goes. Like, please stay away from me if you're that type of person. Like, it's excessive. It's crazy excessive. Both Cece and Alex, like, did the most just because they were jealous. Like, the most. So anyways, Ren comes to a bar that Alex is the bartender at. He sees her. He's like, Spencer. And she's like, who is Spencer? What are you talking about? I don't know you. I'm Alex. Yada, yada, yada. But Alex didn't go by Alex Drake. That's the thing. She went by some other name. I forgot what it was. So long story short, they fall in love. It was like we knew each other all our lives. That's what she kept saying. She said that about Ren, and she said that about Charlotte, both who ended up dead. Okay, she killed Ren though, which is crazy to me. Then she's like, oh, and I turned his ashes into an eternity stone because diamonds are forever. Okay, all right, gotcha. Like, a real psycho. Why did you kill Ren? Like, because she wanted to be with Toby, because she had to be Spencer. No, I would say, and then first she was mad about the fact that because her upbringing ended up not being what it should have been, because even though she was given to a rich family, they ended up giving her to an orphanage, so she wouldn't remember who they were and all of that, which is super messed up. But like, you were living your life fine, but when you find out where you came from, you decided to go completely left with it, which is crazy to me. But the thing about it too is that Ren was not innocent, because he did like, I guess, hook Alex up with Cece, so she got to see, he knew about the game and all that, but he wasn't like a direct player in it, even though he was for some time, because he worked at Radley and all that. Remember, he went back to America, he was doing the Radley thing and all this stuff, and then he disappeared. But I guess that's what it was. He was playing back and forth with that crap. It's just crazy. I'm glad they brought Ren into it, because I remember there was a time when Ren is A was a big thing, and I definitely believe that theory. But I'm just kind of mad that, like, he really just ended up being a pawn, and Alex was the second mastermind after Cece. So what happened? So basically, she just went on a quest to become Spencer. Her plan was to lock Spencer up forever, and live her life as Spencer, you know, be with Toby, make everything perfect. Which makes me wonder, did she kill Yvonne? Because they so magically got into an accident, and then, you know, she said Yvonne was in the way for a while, but once I got her out the way, or when she was out the way, he was fair game or whatever. You know, you're meant to be with Toby and yada yada. She just screws her loose. So what happened? Yeah, so when Charlotte died, she left the Karasimi group and everything to Alex. So, which I find interesting, because Charlotte was Mary Drake's daughter, not Jessica De Laurentiis' daughter. So she didn't leave Allie anything, even though Allie wanted to take care of her. Allie was going to be good to her and all that. They didn't leave Allie anything. I find that very interesting. But it was all this weird, crazy game. Because Cece's whole thing was like having the dolls as her like under her control, and Alex's whole thing was becoming a part of the family. So fast forward to what happened, like literally the last half an hour to 45 minutes of the show. It's Aria and Ezra's wedding day, and everybody's ready. Aria looks really pretty. Her dress is actually really nice. And all of a sudden, we find out Ezra's not there. He did not show up to the wedding. Like, what happened? Turns out, when Spencer was... Where were they? Oh, I think in the lobby of the Radley. It was Alex, and Ezra had asked her for something that Spencer was supposed to know, and she couldn't come up with anything. So she knocks him out and drags him to her little... The house that Toby built, she bought, and turned into like this fortress where there was like a fake outside and all that. But anyway, so basically she locks him up where she has Spencer locked up. So when she tells Spencer the whole story about how she got to know about Spencer and everybody else, she has Ezra locked up already. And then she basically goes away to go see the girls. Oh, let's take a selfie. She's like, let's take a selfie before the photographers get here. She has her Spencer act down, you know. I applaud Troia and Belisario, though, because she did the whole British accent back to, you know, the American accent really, really well. She did embody two different characters very well. I can't say that this is the resolution that I wanted for the show, but hey, I guess it worked, but I was just like, alright. Well, I think she did a good job as an actress. So, of course, Spencer knows how to get out of sticky situations. She knows how to... I really want to know, though, does opening a lock with a bobby pin actually work? Like, how is that supposed to work? Because I've seen it happen time and again. They've even used it in PLL more than once. So, Spencer knew how to do that. That's how she opened up her gate and her thingy and what's his face, Ezra's stuff. But, Mary Drake was trying to convince Alex to, you know, stop doing this, stop trying to take over Spencer's life, let Spencer go, let's go on a trip together. And Alex punches her in the face. Then goes for an axe to go, I guess, kill somebody, probably Ezra, because she's like, she only did not kill Spencer because she was family. So Ezra's gonna have to go, pretty much. Like, okay. What was interesting as to how they found out that Alex was not Spencer was Jenna. Because Jenna, of course, has a great sense of smell and everything else, because, you know, other senses are heightened when you're blind. And it's crazy because they alluded to the fact that Jenna would be the help in something in the beginning of the episode when Addison was like, I forgot what she said to her, but she was like doing this in front of Jenna's face, and Jenna was like, you know, she grabbed her arm like, you know, my other senses are heightened or whatever. It's so weird that they're gonna kind of continue the whole PLL bad girl goes missing yada yada because of the very end of the episode, but we'll get into that later. So they alluded to the fact that Jenna would be, you know, important in this episode somehow. And the whole reason why Jenna did everything was because she needed money, apparently, to get her surgery. That was why she was involved in anything to do with AD. And I'm just like, why do people have to be so shady for some money? Like, I don't understand. But whatever. So, yeah, how they found out was Spencer helps Jenna out with something concerning her mom. I forget what. Oh, to do with her parents? I don't know what the issue was, whatever. So Spencer's mom was helping her, and it was Alex sitting there, and of course Jenna has heightened senses of, smell, and she smelled different than Spencer usually does. And she was like, Toby, she said something to her about Toby, and she's like, yeah, I hope Toby will come too. So then Jenna calls Toby, and she's like, Toby, I don't know how to explain this, but Spencer's not Spencer. So she says that, and then something clicks in Toby. They don't show this, but I imagine he's probably like, yo, that makes sense. Because she went to Toby before Toby and Yvonne left and was like, can I have one last kiss? Gave him a book, and it was all not like Spencer. Just because she was trying to solidify Spencer and Toby's relationship, because she was setting it up for Spencer and Toby to still be together. So it's crazy. I like how they did this. Everybody was together trying to figure out where Ezra was. So they realized that Ezra still booked stuff for the honeymoon, and it was literally the morning of. So it didn't make sense for him to just bail on the wedding if he was booking stuff for the honeymoon. His car never left the lot, all this stuff. So when Aria is right about to text Spencer, Toby's like, I wouldn't do that. He walked in the room, and it's like, oh, it seems like Spencer has a twin. It wouldn't be the first time somebody had a twin. Maybe twins were in the family, yada yada yada. Of course they do. Here's the thing about it though. I felt like they left all the good stuff for the last 30 to 45 minutes, so it all happened like this, super duper duper fast. Like usually they're like, no, there's no way Spencer could have a twin, and they would dwell on that for like a couple of days. And in this instance it was like, oh, Spencer has a twin? No way. Yeah, she probably does, and it was just really quick. So then they all try to figure out, then Mona comes up, because Mona was watching them the whole time, and she's like, I guess she didn't know that part, but she knew where AD was, so she had the coordinates, took them there, and that's where Toby's house, that was what it was. And then they all go there really quickly. They open a door in a closet, and they're there basically where Alex is about to beat the crap out of Spencer or kill her. Like it happened like that. If I'm bugging, let me know, guys, but to me it happened super fast compared to how things used to be super drawn out and peel out. So Spencer and Alex are fighting back and forth. Ezra got knocked out because when Alex pushed him or something like that, because they were about to run away, she had the axe, and his head knocked on something. So they're fighting back and forth, but Spencer and Alex look exactly identical in that they're wearing the same clothes and everything. So they're fighting, and then Toby has the gun. And they're both trying to prove that they are Spencer. And of course, Toby knows Spencer like no other, and there are things that Spencer knows because of her education, because of, how she was brought up, that Alex would not know. For instance, different languages. So, I think Toby asked her he knew that it wasn't, that Alex wasn't Spencer, so he went to go handcuff her. And he asked her, what was your favorite passage in the book that you gave me? And Alex was like, like she had nothing to say. And Spencer was like, whatever, I think that was French, not sure. And that's how they knew, and the cops came right like that. And one was like, oh, I called 911. It was all so fast because there was stuff that was going to happen after this. So they didn't waste time with bringing their resolution out. Was it satisfying? I guess, in that nobody else died. But it was just like, I guess it worked. I guess they put it together fine. I guess they tied up the loose ends, kind of. Except, so Ezra and Aria end up getting married. Before their honeymoon, everybody's like all sad. Oh, I'm only gonna be gone for 3 weeks. Like, shoot, I want to go to south of France for 3 weeks. First of all, anyway. So Hannah's expecting a baby. So yay, hey love. What else? Emily and Allie are gonna get married. We knew that though. Oh yeah, Allie proposed to Emily. That's what she was hiding from her. That happened at some point, and it was just kind of like, okay. Who's the other one? Oh, Spencer and Toby. I think they're gonna be together. Yeah. So I guess when it comes to the relationships, everybody ended up being happy at the end, which is strange but good. Even Mona has a man in France, which I find interesting. It's in France because Aria is going to be in the south of France. Keep that in mind. I mean, the show's not continuing, but, I find it interesting. And then, I don't know if she's running a store or something, but she goes to the back room, and she has a dollhouse with 2 girls in it, 2 dolls. It's like, it's tea time. And then they cut to, like, inside of some type of room, and it is Alex and Mary Drake, and they're the ones who have to have tea. They're dressed up, and Mary's like, she can't keep us here forever. And then Alex is like, well, of course she can. She's Mona. How did Mona get custody of these 2? I don't know, because they were definitely arrested, so that's weird. But she has them, and she has her own little dollhouse now. Oh, it's something that Alex said to Mona when she was being arrested. She was like, oh, look, Mona, you finally, what? You finally, I forget, but it was something like, crap, like basically you're not like the underdog anymore, or something like that. And, Mona was like, oh, you have no idea. And next thing you know, she has Mary and Alex as her own little dolls in her own little dollhouse. Like, can we stop? Can they please lock Mona up forever? Because she does need help. They need to stop letting her go. It's crazy. What else happened? Oh, and then at the very, very, very last scene, turns out the girls, so at some point, Addison, the little high school girl, she has her little crew now that she's like, oh, I like you, you're gonna be my friend, or she's a bully or whatever. And Emily had told 2 girls, hey, you don't have to be her friend, and they're like, you don't understand, she picked us, so there is no not being her friend. So cuts to them at the very end in like a barn house, reminiscent to how this all started. They were all asleep. They wake up, someone notices that Addison and some other girl are not there. So they all get up, they notice it, then they start walking out. A girl walks in, she says, she's gone. I think I heard her scream. Like, come on, son. History repeating itself 5 or 6 years later, like, so maybe like 10 years total later. Like, come on, son, that's not good. But I guess that's how they decided to continue it. I don't know if they're gonna have a spin-off. I don't know. That would be crazy if Rosewood is just cursed like that to always have girls missing. But the thing is that Allie was never dead. She was just missing. So who knows what's going to happen there. But that was the end. Again, so my thoughts. I'm not 1,000% happy with the fact that Spencer had a twin. But I guess the way that they pulled it all together makes sense. It's just that for me, why is Mona always still crazy? I guess they're going to show, like, people don't always get better and become good. They still do what they got to do, or they still do what they want. With her, and then Alex Drake, her motivation for everything was just too much to me. Like, she used this person. She used Sydney because Sydney was robbing people, wanted money. She used Jenna because she wanted money. Jenna brought Noel into it because of the money. Noel ended up dead. So Alex killed him. She likes to kill men, I noticed. She killed Ren. Who else was involved? So Melissa was never really involved in that, according to Alex's story anyway, even though Melissa seemed sus and was in London and all that. When all this happened, Melissa and Ren were no longer together. What else? Yeah, it's just like, I guess it works. This is the end. There's no more theories. There's no more like, oh, but this could have been it, or this was a loose end. At least they only introduced one new character in the end, because before they have introduced multiple new characters. So I guess it makes sense for what it was. Yeah, if I missed anything, definitely leave comments in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of the ending. I thought it was okay, you know. I didn't think like, oh, this is super satisfying. Like, if they made Ren somehow the mastermind of it all after all was said and done, I think I would have been more satisfied. But that wasn't the resolution, and that's okay. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is the last recap, reaction, thoughts of Pretty Little Liars ever. So that's crazy, but I'm not mad because the show needed to end. Thanks for watching again, guys. See you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.